Thank you very much. I'm Ginny Burdick, and I represent in Washington County the part of Washington County that includes Tigard and King City and part of Bull Mountain and part of Metzger. Are there any other constituents besides? Yeah, can any constituents raise their hand just so I know where you are? All right, good, good. I actually, my district when I first ran for office in 1997 was completely Multnomah County. And then in redistricting in 2001, when we did our redistricting plan, I had the good fortune to get probably a third of my district in Washington County. And it's been a great experience representing, for one thing, two whole cities, Tigard and King City, because when you represent Portland, you represent just a chunk of it because it's so big. So it's been an opportunity for me to get involved in some of the local issues and get a little bit more involved in the whole life of the city. So I've really enjoyed it. When I first ran for office, my three big issues were education, primarily education funding, and environmental protection, having a good, livable Oregon, and public safety. And I did have a focus on strategies to reduce gun violence when I first ran. And throughout my whole career in the legislature, these have tended to be the places where I have focused my attention, particularly on education. And of course, now higher education is a growing area of focus. When I came into office, it was probably more the funding for K through 12 education. And kind of following this course, for years I was on the Senate Judiciary Committee, and I loved that committee. It was the busiest committee in the legislature, and when the Democrats took over control of the Senate in 2005, I had the good fortune to become chair of the Judiciary Committee. And the Judiciary Committee is always seen as the lawyers' committee, but I'm here to tell you it can be even more fun if you're not a lawyer, because you don't have to sound smart all the time, and you can ask questions, and you don't have to worry about malpractice. That's a big one. So I had a great time as Judiciary Chair, and one of the biggest accomplishments that I feel we did in the Judiciary Committees, both House and Senate, was development of the methamphetamine package back in 2005. We had a crisis, still do have a crisis. And in 2005, four of us got together, two Republicans and two Democrats. We got together and we met once or twice a week for about 2 months, and we took all the meth bills that had been introduced in the legislature, and we had bills doing everything from the death penalty to these long sentences, and we took all these bills and we said, what is the best use of our money? And what can we do to have low-cost prevention measures? And what can we do, what on earth can we do about these horrible, horrible home meth labs, these toxic waste sites raising children? And it was just an incredibly difficult situation to deal with. And we made the very difficult decision to require that pseudoephedrine, which is a decongestant, and I've finally learned how to say it on the first try, it needed to be by prescription only. And we took a lot of pressure from around the country, from the drug industry and from rural people, not to do this. But we did that, and we ended meth labs. They're gone. Home meth labs are gone. Still have a meth problem, but home meth labs are gone. And that's, you don't get that very often in the legislature. After 2 terms as Judiciary Chair, my president, Senator Peter Courtney, about a year ago, asked me to make a switch and to become chair of the Senate Finance and Revenue Committee. Boy, did I ever have good timing on that one, huh? This federal meltdown that we're trying to prevent right now is going to have impacts on the state level that are going to be potentially very significant. Just one example, we are projecting for the year 2008 that we are going to get into the state revenue coffers $700 million in capital gains. Capital gains in Oregon is taxed as ordinary income. Well, when you look at what the stock market has done, I think we're going to be seriously below. And of course, whenever we get below in revenue, we've got a serious problem. I'm a member of the Tax Restructuring Committee. We hope to have a comprehensive proposal in the 2009 legislature for some serious short-term and long-term tax reform proposals. I hope all of you will stay tuned. It's going to be a difficult issue to deal with. We will have public hearings, and because I am chair of the Senate Finance and Revenue, one of those public hearings will be in Tigard. So I hope you all come and give your input, because this is a very well-informed audience. So I'm looking forward to representing you again, all of you, even those not in my district, and I would ask for your vote. Thank you very much.